to my birth mother's funeral, and now I'm reunited with my real family.
Congratulations.
I, 24 female, was given up by my parents as a baby because they were both 18 and had no way to properly care for me. I didn't have a very good life until I got into college off of a sports scholarship, and it was then that I decided to investigate my past. I found out that my parents were still together, that they had 2 other kids a lot younger than me, and had overall become very successful in life. By the way, this comes from Das Stroop, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, I started to feel very resentful, and although I almost reached out, I decided that I couldn't. I still kept tabs on them to see how they were doing, how my siblings are and stuff. When I found out that my mother passed away, I did attend the funeral a few weeks ago. It was a big funeral, a lot of people attended, but it wasn't packed. Because the thing is, other than my hair being jet black, I looked just like my mother did. So when people were leaving, I got spotted by my mother's hysterical great aunt who assumed that I was my mother. I excused myself, but I'm pretty sure I exposed who I was because just a few days ago, my father managed to find me and reached out to me. When we met at a coffee shop 3 days ago, he apologized for having given me up, not reaching out sooner, and ended up crying over not getting to raise me. It's the first time I saw a grown man cry. He asked if I needed anything from a car to a place to stay, but I couldn't help but feel like I was embarrassing him. So I said goodbye and left, but I've received a lot of texts and voicemails from him since then asking why I left early, if I'll meet him again, but don't feel like I can talk to him. Then I got a phone call from a woman saying that she was his cousin and my aunt, that I should have stayed away because he's inconsolable now, and I'm an a-hole for choosing a funeral to reveal myself. Why not?
I mean,
Throw around that word, a-hole.
did you like choose to really reveal yourself, or was that it was just like, well, this is happening now, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like it wasn't like it was like, all right, I'm gonna like. It was like, well, that was just the moment that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
Regardless,
I wanted to go to your mom's funeral.
like,
I feel like my aunt is right because all I've done is brought him new grief after he just lost his wife. And there are some relevant comments. Motorcycle Addict says, not the a-hole, you didn't ask your aunt to out you. She is the a-hole by telling your father. The cat is out of the bag now, so I do think you need to communicate and not shut him out. You did kind of bring this on yourself. It's an unintended consequence. By going to the funeral, which was an honorable and right thing to do, you did create a situation where this could occur. I do think that you need to see this, though. I'd suggest you try and ignore everyone else and just talk to him and tell him that you didn't mean to reveal yourself at the funeral. You just came to quietly pay your respects, and now things have escalated. And there is an update. Yeah, that kind of happened. I still wouldn't call her an a-hole for that. But, yeah, it's unintended consequences. It's not her fault that he's inconsolable. Sorry, I'm not the one that gave me up. Like,
right? It's like it's always like the weird logic chain of like, well, if he would just have never known, it's like, but he did that.
Yeah.
He gave it up, and now you want to be like, it's your fault that he's upset. No, I'm pretty sure his actions have led to this upset that he feels. Right?
Yeah.
I didn't tell him like, goo goo gaga, bee bee boo boo, give me up.
Right.
Like he did that.
No, exactly. There is an update. So 32 days later, very specific. So I'm posting this because I said that I would in a month. Things happened and it's gotten better. First thing was my aunt, dad's cousin, phoned me like the day after and apologized to me. She told me that she practically raised my dad, and seeing him like he was made her act without thinking. She told me my dad wanted to see me again and would appreciate it if I would meet her too. I told her how hurtful what she said was and I needed time before seeing her, but did agree to meet him. Fast forward a week, I go to meet my dad. I kept rereading everyone's advice and using it to prepare what to say. He was more composed. I told him it hurt me so much to be abandoned, and it hurt seeing how successful he was, and it made me feel not wanted, and meeting him made me want to be forgotten. Wow. He told me he never forgot about me and showed me a small baby photo of me that he keeps in his wallet, and told me that he still sees me as his baby even though I'm grown. He told me he and my mom used to cry for me every day after giving me up, but they still prayed for me every day, even until the end. He once again told me whatever I wanted, he could give me if I'd let him. I told him I wanted no money or anything from him, and I didn't intend to reveal myself. He told me it was okay if I wanted nothing to do with him, but asked that I be a part of my mom's great aunt's life, as she hadn't stopped asking about me since exposing me, and gave me her address. He insisted that I was always wanted, but he always thought that I had been adopted and didn't want to ruin my life. And that's something a lot of you said, so I was prepared for it. He asked me to forgive him for not being there for me and said that he'd do whatever to be my dad. I guess I realized that I could push him away or finally have what I wanted. I told him my teenage fantasy that he'd come save me from the orphanage, and we both started crying. He told me that we can save each other, and I hugged him and forgave him. Since then, I started seeing him more, visiting my great-great aunt every other day. She started calling me by baby nicknames that she had for my mom. My dad also started coming to the gym that me and my fiance and my best friend started after grad school. He has been trying to do all the dad stuff that I missed out on that we can still do, like teaching me how to drive, business advice, and stuff. I also finally don't feel so upset over my siblings getting a better life than me. He also got us both into counseling, and I've finally been able to talk about all my years in the system before I aged out. He is hosting a New Year's party and asked me to come so I can meet all my relatives, cousins, and siblings, and yes, I am going. So I want to thank everybody that prepared me for how he felt in giving me up and how he felt in getting to see me again. I think that if you all hadn't pointed that out to me, I probably would have just tried to stay hidden and wouldn't have finally gotten a dad. And we do have an update, but this is becoming so lovely.
It's good. It's going good.
Yeah.
Better than I anticipated.
Yeah, it's going
I think
well.
I was primed by our previous stories to
I
expect
think
the
that's
bad,
fair.
but it's good.
It's
so
okay. You're just voicing the struggles that she had growing up in the system. Because again, I mean, she probably felt like that towards him. I'm sure there's anger in there, even though she wanted him to come back. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why it's just so complicated.
It's a very complex situation.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I'm
No
really
one
glad
would
that
say it's not.
this is all happening. Asking, I don't know, him asking to forgive or to be forgiven is like, I never like that. I never like, oh, please forgive me. It's like, no, they need time. Do it on their own time. You don't have to forgive right away, but you can be on that journey or start working towards that by hanging out with each other, and he can make it up to her and stuff. But we got there, and it seems like things are going well so far. And there is a second update. I finally got to meet my entire family. This is 60 days later. So I guess this is kind of an update to my Am I the A-hole post. And not sure if I can mention that sub here. You don't worry about it. You totally can. But a bit over 2 weeks ago at the end of the year, I finally got to meet all of my family. And it was the best time ever. On the 31st, my dad went to my apartment, chatted in Spanish for like half an hour with my fiance. Nobody speaks it in our country. And then I left with him for his house. My fiance said that he would come later. When we got to my dad's house, I was like, oh my God. I'd seen photos before, but dang, it's like a mini mansion, especially next to my apartment. It made me smile so much when I told Dad that you have a beautiful home, and he told me it's your home too. When we got in, my dad led me to the living room where my siblings were waiting with my dad's uncle and one of my cousins. Honestly, I was really, really scared, but then my cousin and uncle came and gave me a huge hug and said that they've waited for this for so long. It was a bit more awkward with my siblings because they're both little, like not even 10 yet. But when they started asking questions, it got a bit overwhelming. So my dad made them stop, but I liked it because it means that they want to get to know me. It did make me a bit sad when my little sister said that I look so much like mommy used to. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because they're so young with their mom passing away.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't believe I didn't notice it until then, but there was this giant photo of my parents and a baby over the fireplace. Like, my dad looked super young in that photo, younger than me even, so I had to ask, is that me? When my dad said yes, I started crying. My great uncle took my siblings away, and my dad and my cousin consoled me. Honestly, it may seem selfish, but that felt really good. That doesn't seem selfish at all.
Yeah, you selfish piece of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, who do you think you are? Yeah, who do you think? Get him. Hey, get him. That guy's being selfish over there.
Oh my gosh. But
Come on.
yeah, you should be selfish if it means listening to all of the full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime. You can have them all to yourself.
Bazinga.
But we won't tell you that everyone else can also listen to it. But just be
Ka-chow.
selfish and pretend.
At every episode that you listen to, no one else gets to listen to it ever again.
It's true.
It's yours forever.
It's true.
Yep.
For this week only. Go ahead.
Just never look at the episodes ever again and
Yeah.
assume they've been deleted.
Yeah. But there's a little bit more to the story, but this is so lovely.
Yes.
My goodness.
Yes.
This is such a nice turnaround from all the other stories we've been reading.
The painting over the fireplace is, I mean, like, I guess, I don't know, it might sound bad, but it's like, I guess it was worth it to give up the kid because you became the Mega Mansion millionaires.
Yeah,
And I guess
do
you
wonder.
let that fuel you because it's like the picture over the fireplace.
Yeah, I do wonder. Like, that probably did motivate. I mean, if they were 18 and couldn't take care of a kid, and now they have like a mini mansion, like they worked hard to give them their like current kids or their newer kids like a life like this. So props to them, man. There's a little bit more to the story. Let's get on into it. Rest of the day went great too, especially when my fiance came as well. Right at dinner time, my dad did a large toast to all the relatives and introduced me and my fiance. Honestly, I don't know if I can write most of what he said, but it just made me feel so loved and so happy that I let him into my life. I went back to my apartment with my fiance really early in the morning, but since then, I've never felt better. Honestly, the only reason I remembered to post this is because today my dad sent me a text asking if my fiance and I want to go on a trip with him to Spain in February. I don't know if we will be able to yet, but we'll see. And that is the end of that lovely story.
My mother treated us like strangers, so we're moving without notice.
Yeah, get on out of there.
There's a trigger warning for financial abuse. Last year, my grandfather, whose health has been deteriorating for a couple years now, got into a car accident while driving Uber. He totaled the car and stopped working entirely, and my grandma was laid off at her job, leaving my mom paying for the entire household's bills. At the time, my adopted sister and I, both 26 female, were living in a high cost of living city in another state, barely making ends meet, way overpaying for rent and hardly eating due to our financial hardship. That sucks. My mom called us to tell us about Grandpa's accident and told us that she would likely have to sell the house and move in with one of her sisters. By the way, this comes from user Automatic Cobbler 26, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, my sister and I discussed it and told our mom that we could move in with her to help her pay the mortgage, which she was so excited about. She told us this way she could help us fix up the house in the next couple of years and eventually leave it to us when she passes. So we've been living with her for the last year. Now some details about this living arrangement. My sister and I paid 2/3 of the mortgage and utilities, which was dictated by my mom. We live in the unfinished basement. Sister's room doesn't have a wall or door separating it from the shared laundry room. We do not have access to the kitchen upstairs and have been using only a hot plate that can't even boil a pot of water, a microwave, and a toaster oven to cook everything. Our shower is tiny and hardly functional, and I have no windows or natural light in my bedroom. Also, we have roaches because nobody upstairs cleans their kitchen thoroughly. When we first moved in, my sister and I very much wanted to rekindle a relationship with our mom, which was heavily damaged by the neglect and general poor decision-making she showed us during our childhood. And things were looking promising for a while, but the relationship has severely deteriorated in the last number of months. Our mom has expressed jealousy of the two of us, that we are happy and have prospects in life, which was very unsettling to hear. She has started treating us quite poorly, being mean and snippy, blaming it on her frustration with dealing with her domineering parents, but taking it out on us. Additionally, when we moved in with her, she told us that she realized we were fully grown adults and we would be free to leave and live here independently, coming and going as we pleased. But now she's upset when we have people over. We're very quiet and unobtrusive. We only ever have friends over for chill movie nights. She was upset that we got a cat, even though she'd previously okayed it, and in general, she seems to be upset that we don't check in with her more than we do, telling us that she constantly feels like she is intruding despite us never saying anything to that effect. And she constantly tries to guilt trip us, saying how sick she is of being in this house and how she wants to sell it, but is only staying because of us. Another factor in all of this is that we live relatively nearby, about an hour's drive from two of my mom's sisters. They're both more financially well off than my mom, having multiple properties, blah, blah, blah. Both of them have offered to take my grandparents in. My family are immigrants coming from a country where children are expected to care for parents into old age, sacrificing their money and freedom to do so if need be. One of my aunts pulled out of this because her husband and my grandfather don't get along, and the other aunt is severely dragging her feet in getting one of her properties ready for them to move in. My mom is very resentful of the fact that she has to take care of and deal with her parents, but doesn't seem to push her sisters or parents on this to change it. Recently, our mom has increased my sisters and my rent, which she has used as a way to increase her spending in turn. Despite saying that she never has money, Mom goes on multiple vacations a year, orders stuff on Amazon all the time, undertakes needless, expensive projects, and just generally lives beyond her means. My sister and I are trying to make a better life for ourselves and have been living very frugally. This rent increase also feels insulting because we feel like we are paying more than our fair share. Like I said before, we have access to less than half the house, and the living conditions are quite poor. But we pay 2/3 of all of the costs. Our grandparents and mother alike make terrible financial decisions, and they raise our utilities needlessly, keeping lights on all the time in every room, running the heat and the AC in the summer, blocking vents with furniture, etc. Needless to say, my sister and I have been wanting to move for months, and this all came to a head this past week. When my mom tried to insist that we give up our cat because he would irritate me when I try to work downstairs, that was the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. And my sister started looking for another place for us to live. She connected with a reputable private landlord in the area who has rented to friends of ours before, and we've since toured the new place and signed the lease.
Okay. So we
Cool.
are moving out.
We're
Yeah?
moving.
Okay, good. Because you can't, like, what are they supposed to do to take away the cat to not bother her while she's working or something? Like, it's a cat. Just let it roam around.
Yeah,
What are you going to do about
it's
it?
a cat. What is the cat doing? Is it like it's on a typewriter?
Yeah.
It's being loud, and it's a black cat on a typewriter smoking cigarettes trying to write the next big stage play.
There you go.
He's like,
bet
I
that
just
would be
can't
really
have
good.
your cat. I can't
Yeah.
have your anthropomorphic playwright cat writing scripts in the basement whilst
Yeah.
just chain smoking Marlboro Reds.
Although, yeah.
In the laundry room, really? It's crazy. And then I look at the scripts and they just say meow 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 meow.
Yeah, it's like, that's not going to make sense. Even in the play Cats, they have real words.
Here's where my confusion lies. We thought that the process of finding another place to live would take longer than it did. We got a great place at a great deal and jumped on the chance to secure it, but my mom has no idea that us moving out is even on the radar. She's been away on another vacation the last few days, and we plan on telling her that we will be moved out by the start of August tonight when she gets back. Ideally, we would have given her more notice, of course, but this timeline is just how everything happened. We've been paying the month in advance, so we are paid up for July. We have to start paying for our new place at the beginning of August, so we don't really have the money to pay her for a month of us being here when we won't even be living here anymore. I don't want to leave her in the lurch, but at this point, with her irresponsible spending, lack of financial sense, and the way she's been treating us, we can't help but feel she has slightly done this to herself. I'm sure either of her sisters could loan her money, or she could start Ubering on the side again to make the balance we would have paid, but I just feel very conflicted about it all. So would I be the a-hole to tell her we are leaving at the end of this month without paying for a month we're not going to be here for? No! Imagine any other situation like this where it's just not your mom and it's just a landlord. Would you be thinking the same way?
Yeah.
Imagine if you had a place and you paid an even split of rent, and they're like, by the way, you can't use the kitchen, you can't have company over, and your cat can't chain smoke and write plays in the basement.
That's not a deal you want to sign up for. Come on.
That's unacceptable.
Come
It's
on.
literally unacceptable. I am feeling really torn about what to do and wanted to get some outside perspectives, and there is a lot of context that colors how I feel about this all. Any advice is much appreciated. And we have some comments. Comment 1, not the a-hole. Your mama is taking advantage of you both. She's not using this as an opportunity to fix up the house and get things straightened out. She's using you guys to fund her continued irresponsible lifestyle. Just pack your crap up and quietly leave. I would also mute notifications from her on your phone when you do. Comment 2, perhaps move your important stuff to your car today. And there's an update.
Oh, boy. What do we think's going to happen?
I bet you the mom goes, "Wah," and then they don't leave. That's my bet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
The
possible.
mom says, "Ah," and then they don't freaking leave.
I feel like they'll eventually leave, but it'll just be a whole big mess in the process.
Yeah. Update. Thank you so much to everyone who commented. I wrote the post yesterday morning, and as of this morning, we are safely out and fully moved in to our new place. As I said in a reply below, my sister and I have both lived in horribly home situations before, so it unfortunately takes a lot to push us to our breaking point. But reading all of the comments was a big reality check for us, and it opened our eyes to just how bad and unfair we had been treated. By the way, I think it would be pretty bad and unfair if I didn't tell you. You could listen to full episodes with stories like this one on Spotify and iHeartRadio and wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search OK Storytime and you can listen to it all. You can listen to the whole shebang. I still can't believe I'm out. And better yet, everything yesterday went smoother than I could have imagined. Surprise, surprise. My mom extended her vacation and will only be coming back early this week, so no confrontation happened at all. Our grandparents were clueless and only really cared that we were letting the AC out by having the back door open. We've blocked everyone in the family for now, as we are quite sure they will also try to reach out and guilt trip us. But all that is left to do is text our mom, tell her we aren't coming back, and block her too. All in all, we had some incredible friends come over and help empty out the basement, even through the rain and the heat, and we're now happy and secure in our new place. And our kitty gets a new place he can roam freely around in. And that is the end of that story.
My boyfriend stood up to my father. Now my parents are getting divorced. My father is the classic misogynistic golden child a-hole. His parents pretty much worshipped him and ruined him to the point where my aunts and uncles have cut him and us out of their lives. Last time I saw them was when my little sister was born. He runs his own company, so I think it's pretty safe to say that he has never heard the word no in his life. By the way, this comes from Kayla is here, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, mom, little sister, who's 17, and myself, female 28, are/were essentially his servants. He would sit in his chair, drink adult soda, and order us around, scream and yell at us. Mom was afraid of him, sis and myself too. Plus, we grew up that way, and all three of us hated it. I've begged my mom to divorce him for years, but she didn't want to because she didn't want to share custody with him and leave us. And later, just sis, to be treated like crap when we would have to go to him. I absolutely understand why she didn't and appreciate her wanting to protect us, even if I didn't agree with her method. That all changed December 24th, not right before Christmas. My boyfriend, 32, and I have been together for 1.5 years, roughly. So this was our first Christmas where we celebrated together. Small note on boyfriend, he is not afraid of anyone and hates disrespect with a passion. We walk into my parents' house and dad is in his chair while mom is working on dinner in the kitchen. Boyfriend goes to mom to greet her and complimented her on the decorations. Massive smile from mom, and he greeted dad second. That pissed off dad, but boyfriend has always greeted my mom first unless dad is significantly closer to him. Dad has complained to me about it because he is the man of the house and should be greeted first and more BS like that. My boyfriend has told me that this is how he was raised by an amazing woman, single mom of 2, older sister and him, and he's not changing anything, and I don't see why he should. Boyfriend took an interest in mom's cooking, which smelled amazing, and I saw mom light up like I have not seen before. Answering questions, explaining things, sharing tips between them. He is a really good cook, too. Absolutely lovely to see. We sat down in the living room. Sis came downstairs and joined us, had a great time together, and pretty much ignored dad, who was glued to the TV as usual. My mom asked if anyone wanted something to drink, and boyfriend jumped up and said, "You've worked hard on the food. It's your time to relax. I'll get it." And he took our order and went into the kitchen. Dad wanted adult soda. Boyfriend asked him what adult soda he wanted since there are a lot of different ones in the fridge, and dad said in an angry tone, "Just grab one, I don't care." Boyfriend comes back with a bottle of wine and 2 glasses for mom and myself in one hand, and sister's drink in the other. Went back into the kitchen to grab the adult soda and his own drink. Put the adult soda on the table in front of dad. Dad stands up and yells, "That's it! I will not be disrespected like this in my own house." Mom, sis, and me just shrunk, but boyfriend turned around and said, "I asked what adult soda you wanted, and you said just grab one. What's the problem?" Dad, "It's not about the adult soda. I got served last in my own house. You will not disrespect me like that." Boyfriend, "First off, I got served last. In fact, I've not even put my drink down. And what did you want me to do? Did you want me to," he actually did air quotes for this, "disrespect your wife or your daughters instead? I have 2 hands. Both were full." And he turned around and sat down. Dad tried to respond, but just stuttered and pretty much ran upstairs. Boyfriend continued the conversation like nothing happened until dad slammed the door and boyfriend said, well, that door is shut, and broke the tension, and we laughed.
Aw, it's so
Dude,
cute.
this is an amazing guy.
He's got a crush on you. Aw.
Aww.
Oh, he's got a crush on you, little cuck dad sitting in the cuck chair. He's got a crush on you.
It's crazy, dude. Awesome. Awesome of this boyfriend. That was amazing responses. It's like, yeah, well, do you, like, why do you want me to, like, admit that you want me to disrespect your wife.
Yeah.
Admit that. It was like that was the moment that something changed for my mom. A bit later, we sat down for dinner. I went to get dad and told him that dinner was ready, and he snarled, I'm not coming. We used to beg him to come down. Not the first time he's pulled this stunt. But after seeing boyfriend stand up to him, I just said, okay, and went back down. We had an amazing dinner with mom, boyfriend, sis, and myself. Afterwards, we sat down in the living room for gifts. Mom went up to get dad again and came back down not even 30 seconds later and sat on the floor with us to open the gifts. We had so much fun opening the gifts, laughing, drinking, throwing wrapping paper at each other, just having fun without a care in the world, which I've never seen mom do. Hours later, boyfriend and I were heading back home. Mom pulled us both in for a massive hug. Seriously, massive mom hugs are something else. And thanked us for the best Christmas she has had in years. Oh my gosh.
I forgot that the context was also that the dad's trying to ruin Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
It's like he's literally the Grinch. He's like, oh, I'm going to slam this door and take away Christmas. And they're like, Fahu Doris, dude. Like, yeah. We're good. We're freaking good.
This is like the perfect example of like, you end up being like, this is all I have, and then like someone just shows up and you're like, I can divorce my husband because he's a horrible, abysmal, miserable man.
This is amazing. OP and his boyfriend can never break up now. They have to work out. While driving home, sis texted me a picture of her and mom on the floor watching a movie surrounded by a mess, which is weird because mom always had to clean and keep everything perfect, or dad would yell and call her or us lazy. But mom was cleaning it tomorrow. Hell yes, mom! That all leads to today. Mom called and asked if her and sis could come over to discuss something. They arrived and wow, mom has had simple mid-black hair, no color, no flavor, just as simple as possible for as long as I've been alive. But now, shoulder-length bob with some lowlights, absolutely stunning. All the sadness and fear on her face gone. Still mom, but an absolutely gorgeous version of mom. She told us that she's going to see a divorce lawyer on the 9th and will try to find a place and move out as soon as possible. After a long discussion on how she wants to do everything, we asked her why now. And she said, and I'm proud and so effing happy that she said this, at Christmas, something changed for me. To see boyfriend's name stand up to dad like that, and the way boyfriend always treats you, your sister, and me with so much love and respect. Boyfriend actually treats me like I'm my own person, and I've not felt like that in a long time with you two. I'm mom, don't get me wrong. I absolutely love being mom for you two, but I'm more than just mom. I was either mom or dad's wife, which is true. He would always introduce her as my wife, a name, never name, my wife. Might not seem like a big deal, but to her, it is and was. And I think it would be a really big deal if you went over to iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast app is, and search OK Storytime, because you're going to find full episodes, more stories just like this one. There is a little bit more to the story, but I am just smiling through this thing. This is great.
This is great. This is good news.
Yeah. She got the breakup haircut already. She's smiling. She's not cleaning. This all changed so fast and so easily.
Dad's upstairs in his room like, it isn't happening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come out of my room until you say you're not divorcing me.
Yeah. This is amazing. Oh my gosh. I have not been the mom's actual name, not just mom, in a long time. I've had enough. I'm not letting him treat me like this anymore. I'm not in love with him anymore. In fact, I haven't been in love for a very long time. I don't even have love for him anymore. But sis is old enough now, and with the two of you and boyfriend's name with me, I can do it. Oh, I'm so damn proud of my mom for standing up for herself now. I'm so damn happy that my boyfriend was able to make her feel like her own person again when he didn't even try. I'm so damn happy that mom and sis and myself never have to be treated like crap by that man again. I am just so effing happy. This is amazing.
We have enough comments.
That is the end
The
of that
comment
story.
is, yeah, go
Wow.
mom, divorce your stinky ex-husband.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I won't be disrespected in my house. Like, are you sure about that?
Yeah, it's like, well, what are you gonna do?
Are you sure?
All you're gonna do is slam some doors
Are you sure?
and leave us. That's
He
kind of what we
slams
want.
the door and he goes, "Pff, well, that door's closed. He's literally crushing it
He's crushing
in the
it.
living room, and Dad's upstairs like, oh,
Dude. For real. It's like, what? We're supposed to come beg you to come downstairs like we always do? We don't
Yeah.
want you. We
And
don't
then
want
Then
you.
he comes down anyway and sits on the floor like a petulant child, like, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't even do that.